In a world where the news cycle spins faster than ever, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information. But let's take a moment to delve into some of the most significant events shaping our global landscape today. Starting in Canada, the political scene has taken an unexpected turn. Mark Carney's Liberal Party has clinched a victory in the federal election, securing a fourth consecutive term. This outcome was far from certain, especially considering the mounting pressures from US President Donald Trump's aggressive trade policies and annexation threats. Carney's win suggests a resilient Canadian nationalism, pushing back against external influences and reaffirming the country's commitment to its own path. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, tensions between India and Pakistan have escalated dramatically. A recent attack in Pahalgam, resulting in 26 fatalities, has been attributed to Pakistan-supported militants. India's response at the United Nations was swift and stern, condemning Pakistan's actions and calling for international accountability. The situation remains volatile, with both nations on high alert. In Ukraine, a glimmer of hope emerges as Russian President Vladimir Putin announces a 72-hour ceasefire from May 8 to 10, coinciding with Victory Day celebrations. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has expressed openness to this temporary truce, signaling a potential, albeit tentative, step towards de-escalation in the ongoing conflict. Turning to the Iberian Peninsula, a massive power outage has plunged Spain and Portugal into darkness, disrupting transportation and daily life. Authorities are investigating the cause, urging the public to avoid speculation. The outage serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities in our infrastructure and the cascading effects such failures can have on society. In Yemen, a US airstrike targeting a migrant detention center in Sada province has resulted in at least 68 deaths. The incident has drawn international criticism, highlighting the complexities and tragic consequences of military interventions in conflict zones. The US military has yet to comment, citing operational security, but the global community is demanding answers and accountability. Amnesty International's latest report paints a grim picture of the global human rights landscape. The organization warns of a free fall in rights, attributing increasing global repression and the erosion of international law to what it calls the Trump effect. The report underscores the urgent need for global intervention to preserve human rights frameworks and counter growing authoritarianism. In the Philippines, former President Rodrigo Duterte has been arrested on an international criminal court warrant related to his anti-drug campaign, which resulted in thousands of deaths during his presidency. This development marks a significant moment in international justice, signaling that even former heads of state can be held accountable for their actions. Lastly, the Vatican is preparing for a historic transition following the death of Pope Francis. The conclave to elect his successor is set to commence on May 7th, with the Sistine Chapel closed to the public in preparation. The world watches with anticipation as the Catholic Church stands on the cusp of new leadership. These events, diverse in nature and geography, are interconnected threads in the complex tapestry of our global narrative. They remind us of the fragility of peace, the importance of accountability, and the ever-present need for vigilance in the face of adversity. For more details on these stories, check the description below. If you have thoughts or questions, feel free to share them in the comments. Let's engage in meaningful conversations about the world we share.